This drum is used to bring joy to the occasion. Now, I'm from St. Louis, and I'm a student, and that's how I see myself studying Africa through my relationship with this instrument. I grew up in the 60s, turbulent time when we were looking to find ourselves again. We had what we called cultural nationalism. That was the thing that brothers were into, sisters were into. We wanted to wear dashikis, we wanted to, be black, buy black, all black. One of the good things out of that for me was to study Africa through my love for this instrument. I was playing football in high school, and my friends, Rocky and them, they were in the band. So they were like in the stands, jamming. I mean, it was like crazy, rhythm off the hook. And I'm there playing football. I'm like, man, what am I doing out here on this football field when I could be jamming with these cats? It was just so calling to me. It was just, I got to do that. Djembe is used for all kinds of events, including celebration. Also, this allows me to fend off the negativity that is apparent, the inconsistencies that we live through. Give us a lot of stress, and this gives me relief. This gives me stress relief. It is said that the djembe was presented to the first king of the Mali Empire back in 1235, a man named Sundiata Keita, who's remembered as the Lion King, whose life story is replicated by the Lion King movie that we all know and love. The djembe comes from the Malinke people. That's the French word for the manding or mande. Over here they say mandingo. You have master craftsmen who carve these drums. This is a craft that's passed from one generation to the other. My first teacher, Mocham, I met in St. Louis in 1973. 1976, I was there in Chicago. I worked with a group called Sun Drummer. That music was also augmented by the music that we got from Laji Kamara. Laji was in New York with his student, one of his great students, Aziz Ahmed, African-American brother, would come to Chicago periodically and share notes with us. Then in the mid-90s, that's when I met Mamadi Keita. And again, Mamadi has become basically my main teacher. Develop value in your music such that people who hear you enjoy it. Now that's the big benefit. It brings about a collectivism, if you will, where we can listen to each other, where we can be non-judgmental with each other, where we can release that negative tension. Then you go to the next level, which is dancing. Oh my God. The idea for the drumming is for everyone to be involved. This is for your dancing enjoyment. So that's when it's complete. That's when the connection is really made, when the music is played and the dancing happens. I love stage performance. I love teaching even more because I love to see the smile on that child's face. First time I got a request for a signature was from a young student at a school that I played at in Gary, Indiana. I mean, I had been a sports person before, but to just have somebody walk up and want my autograph for doing this, I don't know that I've ever been so honored. The group that I'm blessed to be in right now, Rhythm Arts Alliance, we make a living of going out to camps, probation department camps. We do residencies in schools where we can work with those young people, especially the people who have been incarcerated. They made a mistake and now they're trying to fight their way out. Bass, bass, tone, tone, bass, bass, slap, slap, bass, bass, tone, tone, until you hear ba, 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 and then double hand slap. And it lifts them. And whatever burdens that they bring into that room, oftentimes they can get away from. They can release themselves from that burden. And it shows in the smile on their face. Every time I see that, it's like heaven. 2, 3, everybody. Yes. And this is our objective, to bring joy into the world. So that's where I see it, specifically, in the smiles that those guys produce. And 1, 2. I've heard it said that anyone under the sound of this instrument will have a change in their brain. Now, I'm not a scientist, I can't speak to it much more than that, other than to say that you feel different. By the sound of this instrument, we are working together. I'm sharing, you're sharing. You're receiving, I'm receiving. The audience feeds the artist. And so you have that connection, that reverb, if you will, that cycle that happens between the person who's playing and the person who's listening. And then ultimately, we're all playing because we're singing, we're dancing, we're exchanging that energy that happens when this note is played here.
Somebody's a block away. They hear this drumming. What do you hope they're thinking?
I hope they're thinking, wow, I'm glad I was here today to hear this brother play. Really, that's always my wish, because that's why I do what I do. This is a blessing. We say goodbye, but we'll see you soon. It's call and response. So I say, you say, that's all it is. All it is. Cool? Awesome. Thank you very much. Take care.